back. Um, Hopefully we can get Greg back in December. I mean November. Um, yeah. Obviously we had the show going. Now it's just kind of boring all by myself, but nonetheless we have predictions. So first game in 4 days on Thursday is Ravens Chiefs. I'm gonna have the Chiefs winning 27-24. I think it's gonna come down to a field goal. I think Lamar Jackson will do solid. I think the Ravens will look good, but I think the Chiefs defense will hold up near the end. I think the Ravens will do pretty good in the first and second quarter. Third and fourth, it's going to slow down a bit. The Chiefs are going to come back, win with a field goal, pretty straightforward. Next game is Friday, the day after. Packers-Eagles is a pretty good game. It's in Brazil. I have the Packers winning, which I guess would be considered an upset because most people have the Eagles winning. The Eagles aren't at home, by the way. They're in Brazil, so they don't have home field advantage. That's another reason why I have the Packers winning. I mean, I can see it going either way, really. But the Eagles obviously lost a lot of guys. They got Saquon, though, so that could make a difference. But I believe in the Packers. They can get it done 28-23. Panthers, Saints, yeah, boring, low-scoring game. Probably going to be 13-13 at halftime. Then the Panthers are going to get a touchdown in the third quarter. Then the Saints are going to answer back and then get a late touchdown to win it. Bryce is going to do mediocre. Derek Carr is going to do bad. The Saints defense will hold up, though, and then they'll get a victory. Patriots-Bengals. I thought about taking the Patriots on the upset here, and I think I did in some of my other videos, but I'm just going to play it safe and take the Bengals because Drake May look good in preseason, but there's also really no way of telling how, what the Patriots look like, and they should be really bad, so the safe option is to pick the Bengals here. In the past, I've always gone for outrageous upsets. And week 1, there's always going to be outrageous upsets. So I can definitely see the Patriots winning this. And if I was a betting man, I would take the Patriots here. But I'm not, so I'm going to take the Bengals and play it safe. But if you want a lot of money, I would bet on the Patriots. Vikings, Giants. Yeah, Vikings going to win by a field goal. It's a little bit of a higher scoring game than maybe most of you thought. I think the Giants' defense is good. I think their offense can score points, especially against the Vikings' defense is very good. And then the Vikings' offense, I think they'll do enough to win. I mean, either one can win here. I just took the Vikings because they have Jefferson. I think he'll probably get it done, but the Giants should be the favorites in this. They're at home. They have a better defense. But I don't know. Weird things happen in week 1. This can go either way. I'm just going to have a field goal with the Vikings winning it. Jaguars, Dolphins. This is definitely upset. I have the Jaguars winning. I don't know why. I always just feel like the Jaguars do well against the Dolphins. That's most of my thinking every time I pick an upset like this. And every time I've been right, to be fair, in the past, like picking the Washington Commanders against the Eagles, because it's just matchup-wise, they just match up well against them. Same here. You can tell last season the Jaguars beat the Dolphins, I believe. So it's just a bad matchup for the Dolphins. I don't know why, but that's my reasoning here. Probably going to be a field goal, a pretty high-scoring game, but Jacksonville's going to get it done. Texans, Colts. I actually have the Colts winning this. That should be an upset, even though they're at home. I mean, I could be completely wrong. The Colts are one of the most confusing teams in the league just because if Anthony Richardson is good, their defense is great, everything works out, and they're one of the best teams in the league. But if Anthony Richardson sucks, and then the defense, I think the defense is great. But if Anthony Richardson doesn't perform well, then they're not going anywhere. So I'm going to have them winning here, a 1-point game. I think the Texans are going to look really good. I think they're going to do everything they need to do. C.J. Stroud's going to have a 3-touchdown game. Stephon Diggs going to look great. Tank Dell's going to look great. Their defense is going to look great. But I'm just going to have the Colts winning it on special teams. I'm going to have them winning it on defense, even though I kind of just told you that C.J. Stroud's going to throw 3 touchdowns. But you know what I mean. I think it's going to be pretty high scoring for each team, but I think that Anthony Richardson isn't going to look great, but I think that, what's the Colts running back? I think he's going to do pretty good. He's going to get a lot of touchdowns. But I just have the Colts winning this one. Titans, Bears. Yeah, I have the Bears winning it. Caleb Williams impressed me in preseason. Even though it's just preseason, my confidence in the Bears has gone up a little bit, and they're at home. Same with it. These are both new teams. Both have good defenses. Both have offenses we really haven't seen. Obviously, we've seen more of the Titans' offense last year than the Bears' new offense. But with the Bears adding Keenan Allen and everything, they should have the advantage. But the Titans can be a sneaky team too. Both these can be. But I'm going to have the Bears winning it by a field goal. This is going to be a pretty low-scoring game. Justin Fields, Russell Wilson aren't going to do anything. I think Russell Wilson's not going to... Well, I don't know if they're going to start both of them, but if they end up starting both of them, Russell Wilson's not going to do anything. Justin Fields is going to have a rushing touchdown, and their defense is going to do good, only hold Atlanta to 27, and it's probably going to be kind of like the Panthers-Saints game. It's going to be pretty boring. It's going to be like, I don't even know, 7-10 at halftime, but the Falcons are going to do just enough to get the win. On the Falcons side of it, they have a good defense. Both of these defenses are great, so they're both going to hold each other to a pretty low score. I actually trust the Steelers' defense more than the Falcons' defense, but I definitely trust the Falcons' offense more than the Steelers' offense. So that's my reasoning on this one. Another big upset, I actually put the scores wrong here. The Cardinals should be 1-0 and the Bills should be 0-1, so that's my bad. But yeah, I have the Cardinals winning this 34-28. I think Kyler Murray's going to show out. I think it's going to be another recreation of the Hail Murray, that's what it's called. Yeah, even though they don't have DeAndre Hopkins, I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a breakout game. I think they're going to carve up the Bills' defense. I think the Bills will do good on offense. It's going to be a shootout, but I'm actually going to have the Cardinals winning it, so that's going to be my upset of the week. You always got to have one shock to everybody. This is going to be my shocker. I mean, I've been saying it all season too. No, I've never seen anybody else put the Cardinals higher than a 7-10 record. But I'm telling you that they're probably going to go 9-8 or 10-7. Broncos, Seahawks. Yeah, I have the Seahawks winning this. They're at home. I think it's going to be pretty close. Both teams. I mean, the Broncos are supposed to suck, but Bo Nix impressed me in preseason, so I think the Broncos will do better than a lot of people expect. So, Bo Nix will do really good. The defense is going to let them down, though. The Seahawks defense is going to help them get the win. Their offense, I feel like the Seahawks are just more of a combined team. We haven't seen much of the Broncos, so we don't really know what to expect. So the safe bet here is to take the Seahawks. Raiders, Chargers. Yeah, Raiders winning by a field goal. Both these teams are pretty even. The Raiders are going to have a pretty good defense. We don't know what to expect from the offense, really. I mean, they're probably going to be like the Colts were last year. I mean, they'll be in every game. They'll lose. They're always going to be in a one-score game, probably, because they're a pretty good team, but we just really don't know what to expect. Then the Chargers with Harbaugh, I don't know. The Chargers have no receivers. They're at home, but obviously that doesn't matter. So I'm going to take the Raiders here. Browns, Cowboys. I'm going to have the Cowboys winning it, even though the Browns are at home. The Browns are another interesting team. great defense. The Cowboys' defense is also pretty good, though. I'm just going to trust the Cowboys' offense a little bit more. CeeDee Lamb playing is going to be big because if he doesn't play, then the Browns have a much better chance of winning this. If he does play, obviously the Cowboys should definitely win this, but I'm not sure. I hope he plays, but I think the Cowboys should get it done. Washington, Tampa Bay. Yeah, I'm going to have this one's a tough one because we don't really know what to expect of Washington. The Buccaneers, we know what to expect from them. And last season, you can tell against more mediocre teams, they squeak out the win, even if it's just by 2 points, like here. So I just trust the Buccaneers a little bit more. I think it's going to be a fun game, though. Jaden Daniels is going to do pretty good. Baker Mayfield's going to do all right, but I think that the the Buccaneers defense is just going to be able to hold them down. All right, Sunday night we have Rams-Lions. The Lions are at home. We saw last year that the Lions have the advantage. I mean, not much has changed, so I'm going to take the Lions here. Should be a fun game, though. And then Monday night, 49ers-Jets. The Jets, we don't know what to expect from them either. We haven't even seen Aaron Rodgers play. But the 49ers do pretty good against Aaron Rodgers, so we should get the win pretty easily here. Christian McCaffrey is going to have a great game. The Jets' defense is actually pretty good, but I don't think it's going to matter in this game, really. But those are my Week 1 predictions, so if you like it, like and subscribe. See ya.